Well, I started out bright and early, headed for San Luis Pass, which is between Galveston and Freeport, with the hope of catching some trout. So it was a good trip out. The beach was beautiful. Sorely tempted to try fishing on the beach, but I didn't. Coming into the county park there, you can see the ramp, and where it opens out into the bay. So it's a pretty good place to fish. The ramp is good. And here we go with actually the place that you pull in. The complex is nice, good amenities, and the ramp is easy to access. So got going. It was a little bit windier than I thought it was going to be. So headed out, and coming out into the bay, you'll notice in the picture of the bay that comes up in a second that there was an awful lot of very shallow water. And I spent a little bit of time over some 6-inch deep water, kind of quasi-paddling to get back to real water.
Almost lost my reel.
Picked up a ladyfish, and actually got two or three of them during the course of the trip.
That's the second ladyfish, and for those who aren't familiar with ladyfish, they're not necessarily something you're anxious to land. They're kind of a trash fish. Good fight, but trash fish nonetheless.
Use both the skinny lip and the prawn juniors.
This is going to be an issue because I really didn't want to spend my day catching ladyfish.
So running up and down the side of Bird Island and then drifting back. This Unfortunately, catching trash fish on lures.
Oh no. I was thinking hardhead. How is that possible? How is that even possible? Well, that's a gaff top. No better. Let's see what we can do here. Get out of the boat. No, how can that be possible? Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Well, wow, there's an exciting.
I hooked a large ladyfish, and it swung around behind me, so I really actually couldn't see what was going on because it was directly behind me. And suddenly there was a lot of splashing, a lot of noise, and then the fight just kind of stopped. And lo and behold, there's my ladyfish coming on in, streaming blood from what's left of it. So are there sharks in Galveston Bay? The answer would be yes. Fortunately, it wasn't a trout. Headed up to Bird Island, the top of Bird Island again for another drift. It actually come down to the closer to the park.
Just hope it's not another trash fish.
And
It's hanging down there. Could be. gaff top or something, I suppose.
Probably in 10 or 12 feet of water at this point. And of course,
oh, seriously.
Fortunately, I was able to keep most of them out of the boat. This was across from the entrance in some very shallow water, right across from the channel. Saw some splashing, made a cast with the skinny lipper, and was finally able to catch a fish that was not a trash fish. Would have liked for it to be a little bit larger, but it was still a good fighting fish. I guess you'd say the only real fish of the trip. But pretty. The water depth is very shallow right there. I just got done kayaking with the engine up over 6-inch, maybe 9-inch deep water. Last summer I wound up walking that whole section, pulling the kayak. So my guess is he came up out of the deep water and was feeding off the bait fish right in there in the shallows.
Right.
Which is why I saw him.
$18 inches and back in you go.
If you notice a bridge, that'll give you some idea of where I caught the redfish, because this is essentially the same place. The water's just deeper, probably somewhere between 12 and 20 feet right there. The redfish was probably in 2 feet of water.
Ah, for crying out loud, it's another one of those. The gaff top. Well, I'm done. I can't take any more abuse. Can't take any more abuse. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That's it. Oh, not the best of fishing days, but not the worst either. Just on and away.
So I headed in, went by the entrance to see what's going on up towards Cold Pass, turned around, then came back in. And here I am at the ramp. Loaded up, ready to go. And once again, coming in for the brush piles from the hurricane. Back at home.